So I'm going to be using Dazzle Dry for this tutorial, obviously, and I am using the white, which is white lining, number 708, and I'm using the black, which is called Midnight Express, which is 705. So I've got a tile for decanting, and I have got some different sized dotting tools. Here I've got a C&D one, a random one that I got probably from eBay, and I've also got one that I got from a craft shop, which has got two size dots, and I have a striping brush. I'm sort of making this up as I go along, so we may or may not use that. Okay, so I've gone ahead and I have done 2 coats of white Dazzle Dry, and I'm going to now add black. So I'm just shaking that, and so I've got my black here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to paint a line down the nail. I'm going to cover probably 1/3 of the nail with the black. So just quickly as you can, otherwise your line will be hugely wobbly. Plus you're using the Dazzle Dry, so it will dry quickly. So I'm going to leave that, and I'm going to touch it up with the striping brush, because you can see the line at the top is not quite even, and I will be back when that's dried. Okay, so that's dried, and as you can see I've touched it up a little bit, and I have also added a very thin line on the other side of the nail. Now I'm going to decant some of the black onto my tile. Hopefully only onto my tile, because I'm making a bit of a mess. Okay, so you need to remember to let these colours dry before you start adding the next colour, because the black will bleed into the white fairly heavily. All I'm going to do now is, with my largest dotting tool, I'm going to add some dots, and I'm going to have them slightly touching the black side. I'm going to have them overlapping onto the white. So I'm going to do, and I'm going to leave enough space to get a dot in between them. Just make sure it's overlapping the black just a tiny bit. Now this is an extremely large colour pot, so your client's nails would not normally be that enormous, so just bear that in mind. Okie doke, so that's drying off, and I'm going to go ahead and do the other, down the other thin line. I'm going to use my slightly smaller dotting tool and do the same thing. And again, leaving enough space to get a dot in between them. And I am really winging it with this, so this could look absolutely terrible when I finish, but hopefully it won't. Okie doke, so I might just do one at the end there, just the very sort of a hint of one. Okay, so I'm going to let that dry, and I'll be back for the next step. So as you can see, that looks like it's pretty much dry, so I'm going to go ahead and do, I can't speak today, sorry guys, go ahead and do the next step. So exactly the same, I'm going to load up my bigger dotting tool with white, and I'm going to go in, and I'm going to go onto the black and overlap on the white slightly. So I'm going to do a dot there. And you might have noticed I've repositioned my camera so you can actually see what I'm doing for a change. Sorry if I still sound a bit bunged up. You know, many of you will know I've had a bit of a bug the last few days, and I've been a big gigantic sook, but I'm feeling a little bit better now, so I'm catching up on my tutorials. I have a lot of product reviews to do. Okie doke, so that's that. And I'm going to go in with my, sorry, just turning my dotting tool around, going with my smaller one, and I'm going to do exactly the same, overlapping on the black. I've done this before with Vinylux, and I think it's a nice effect, so I wanted to try it with the Dazzle Dry and see how it goes, and it looks like it's going pretty well. So that was a bit of potluck there, seeing as I was sort of winging the tutorial. Okie doke, so I just covered myself in white. That is kind of creepy looking, isn't it? It's kind of skeletal. Okay, so I'm gonna let that dry, and I will be back when I've top coated it. Okay, while this is just drying off, I just wanted to show you so you can get the effect. I just wanted to say that I'm always going to try and aim my tutorials at everybody. So if you're a professional, you can do them. If you are not a professional, you can do this at home by yourself. So easy tutorials that pretty much everybody can do, and I hope these are helping you. And if you have ever got any requests for tutorials, please leave them in the comments below and I will add them to my list. My list is growing, so if you don't see your tutorial up the next day, don't panic. I am getting around to it, but I have got a list of about 40 tutorial requests at the moment, so I'm trying to get through those as best I can. And I also have a lot of products that I need to review at the moment as well, so I'm doing them as best as I can. I'm a week behind because I have been sick, but bear with me and I'll get them up as soon as I can. Okay, so this looks like it's dry, and I'm just going to check and then I'll show you how top coating. As you know, if you've watched my review, Dazzle Dry is a very quick dry and polish, so whatever you do with your tutorials, or with your nails, you need to work quickly. So load my brush up with a nice amount of top coat and float it down the nail. Work as quickly as you, oops, shouldn't have done that. Work as quickly as you can, because this does dry very quickly. It says on the website wet to wow in 5 minutes, and that's pretty much right. It dries that quickly. Okie doke. So I'll just let that dry and then I'll come back and show you the finished nail. Okay guys, so this is the finished nail. It's dry, and as you can see, the top coat gives it a really gorgeous glossy finish. And you can obviously do this with any colours you like, any colour combination. This kind of reminds me of a bit skeletal, as I said before. And you can also mix it up on the nails. You don't have to do that all the same side. You can do the black that side so that the dots are reversed. Yeah, any colour combination. So I hope this helps you. It's just a quick, easy nail art, and if you like it, give it a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed, please hit the subscribe button, and any comments, leave them in the comment section below, and I will leave all the information for Dazzle Dry in the description box. Okay guys, thanks for watching. Bye.